Stan Jabalisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations. I just finished recharging my 35 ampere hour marine battery that I used on my Wandering the West road trip back in 2014 with the Yaesu FT857D, as in Delta. I haven't done any traveling since then because that was when I started to get sick and traveling just didn't appeal to me anymore. I became a homebody, and what operating I do is from my base station with the ICOM radio that I use. I forget the model number now in my muddle-headed state, but that is a 35 ampere hour marine battery that I bought in 2014 and used for the videos, for many of the videos in my playlist Wandering the West. I recommend you watch some of the videos of that playlist. It sure brings back memories for me, and it might give you some ideas about Wyoming in particular. I was at that time bought a couple of properties and then resold them, and they were in the Cody, Wyoming area. And all the while during this trip I had the Yaesu 857D as in Delta connected to a 35 ampere hour marine battery sitting on the floor on the passenger seat side of the truck I called Big Number 8, the pickup truck. I'm a loner. I didn't have any human passengers. I just had an electronic passenger that you'll see in some of those videos. But the battery had been just left sitting on top of the dryer in my laundry room, more or less at room temperature, for the past 5 years. And its voltage had dropped to about 11.9 volts. So I connected my good old automotive battery charger to it at a 2 amp rate for a little while. I'd say about 12, 14, 16 hours overnight. That's how long I sleep, is 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And just kidding. It's really more like 18 hours a day. But in any case, it got up to 12.6 volts now. But I have been reading about marine batteries. It's a sealed marine battery, so it doesn't have any vents or anything like that, and about how long they last. It's a pretty complicated business, but it appears that the general rule, the general thumb of rule, as my Hungarian friend would put it, is use it or lose it. If you buy it, use it. Well, I did for that month of February and March, encompassing February and March of 2014. And since then, I've pretty much just let it sit. I don't know if I have a question for you that you can answer, but I would like your input on battery types to use for radios that require 12 volts and consume a moderate amount of power, or even QRP. I don't labor under any illusion of running 1500 watts PEP, peak envelope power, with a battery, although I suppose it can be done. Battery would weigh a ton, but it could be done. I'm more interested in just a moderate level radio. This one I ran 30 watts output on CW. And I'm just wondering, I know there are newer technologies out there available, but they're also quite expensive. And if I do recover my health sufficiently to get the desire to make a trip like that again, Lord only knows where I might go, but I would want probably to buy a new battery. I know there are lithium-based batteries available now. They cost a lot, and there are other types. A plain automotive battery that you use like in your car, a starting battery, is not the way to go. I know that much. So if you do a lot of portable and or mobile operation with battery power at moderate power levels, say 50 watts output, what kind of battery do you use? What do you recommend? And if you don't, what do you think of battery power in general? Do you think that it's even worth bothering about? Or should I just give it all up, plug the radio into a power supply, plug the power supply into the wall, and then leave the radio sit for 5 years without operating it? That's the kind of thing I'll do nowadays. I age, my radios age, and we don't die. We never die. We just fade away. Stan Gibilisco, operator and proprietor of W1 Good Vibrations, saying 73 and so long, which, regardless of power type and regardless of radio, in my native fist, always translates to so long, da-da-da-da-da-da.